Hi everyone. I'm here presenting some information about the QSR, which is the quick service restaurant industry. As you can see, my name is David Krasno. I did this presentation for Management 696 with Professor Chowdhury, and today is February 4th, 2025. This assignment was an external analysis. First of all, I'm going to provide an overview of the quick service restaurant industry. I know that many of you have heard about this. There's also other terms such as fast, casual, sit down, etc. So a lot of you have eaten at various restaurants in the different industries, but for this presentation and the report, I'm typically only going to refer to QSRs. Some things that are unique about QSRs, basically they have pre-prepared ingredients that ensure that food comes out quickly. A lot of customers that go to QSRs do so because they want to get their food quickly. They want to get in and get out. They're typically not a sit-down restaurant where they would sit for 1 hour plus, 2 hours, 3 hours. They know what they're getting. They've probably had it before. It's usually a quick payment process, and there's usually no waiters or waitresses. The menus tend to be simple. They are not super extensive. You can customize menu items, but this focus menu just allows QSRs to be quick with their preparation and have good service that's speedy so that they can get through a line of people quickly in the hopes that no customers will leave and go to a competition. Another characteristic of QSRs is being adaptable to markets. A lot of times there are healthy options that customers want. At times I know that McDonald's has tried to do salads. Certain pizza joints have often done gluten-free options. A lot of pizza joints these days have done doughless bowl options. And as different things have been found out over the years about health, such as, you know, the positive benefits of minimizing carbohydrates, um, the benefits of going gluten free, more restaurants have incorporated changes. And because customers want these. So it's important that QSRs can adapt to changes and what the customers want. And while everyone always loves a classic McDonald's hamburger or White Castle slider, it's important to have options of other things besides the original classic when the QSR was first invented. There are some trends also that influence the QSR industry. such as sustainable packaging. There are people out there who care about a lot of the packaging and materials used in products. You know, there's a bag, there's a wrapper, there may be a container. Some places they use cardboard containers that maybe can be recycled, but a lot of times the wax wrapper that a product is in that comes from a QSR is not recyclable, and it's going to be trash. And there are people who care about the environment and they care about packaging, and that they believe that protecting our earth starts with the individual. So there are certain places that prefer to use, compostable cardboard containers for their foods. And it's also important that some QSRs have health conscious offerings such as salads. A well-known chain is Beyond Juicery and Eatery that has a lot of salads as wraps and whatnot. It's known for healthier options. Another chain that's not quite as healthy but does have a lot of healthier options, Tropical Smoothie Cafe. They have a lot of smoothies, salads, and they have some wraps and quesadillas, which are a little less healthy but still fit into the general health conscious consumer mold. Another trend amongst QSRs these days is digital transformation. Obviously, mobile ordering apps that people did not use 20 years ago. I remembered about 15 years ago, you could still order from a computer. Some people did order from apps on their phone, but it's really taken off in the past 10 years. Mobile ordering, and whatnot. So QSRs have also had something on the economy. It's called a multiplier effect. Um, the more people eat and consume, the more demand there is, not just in the QSR industry, but also for producing the goods, producing cattle, chickens, supply chain. So in agriculture and logistics, there are more jobs created based upon more consumption of QSRs. So this overall, like other industries, contributes to more economic activity and additional development in industries besides the QSR. Next, I'm going to talk a little bit about the competitive landscape amongst QSRs. There is moderate entry barriers. QSRs that I mentioned earlier, McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, that have been around for decades and are well known, people know what they're getting. They do create a barrier for newcomers. Some people, like myself, like to try new things, but there are many people who are creatures of habit and they like to know what they're getting. They go where they've gone for many years. They know exactly what they're going to get and they crave it. So it can be harder sometimes for new businesses to find customers that are adventurous. There is also the influence of suppliers. Sometimes higher quality ingredients can be harder to come by, a little bit less mass produced, maybe not made with so many chemicals, or just harder to find. So supplies can be an issue amongst newcomers to the QSR industry. Another example of somewhat of a barrier to a new QSR is consumer choice. Consumers have a lot of power because there is so many food places. There's so many options within most major to big cities, or pretty much anywhere. Even small towns usually have more than one fast food place. So it's important for QSRs to be competitive because there's just so many choices. It's rare that there will just be one QSR choice in a town. There are strategic groups within the QSR. Several burger chains, I'd say, would make up one. Pizza outlets would make up one. There's places like Taco Bell and Del Taco would make up another. Sandwich places like Subway, Jimmy John's, and Jersey Mike's would make up one further. It really just depends on what the consumer wants. There's also a strategic group of the service model. Most fast food places we think of these days are like McDonald's, Burger King, where you go to the counter, you order, and then you take your food from there when you're done, or you go through the drive-through. There are places like Sonic and Checkers that are more encouraging drive-through. They don't always have sit-down seating. And then there are places like A&W where it's 1950s, 1960s drive-in style, where you drive in your car and a person will actually come out to you if you choose to have that option. Amongst industry rivalry, the environment can be very competitive. There's lots of different ads based on pricing or certain menu items or email offers, buy one, get one, rewards programs, and loyalty. These programs are all fighting to get people hooked on a certain brand and to get them to keep coming to it. I think the rewards program looks for that a lot, to get people to keep coming, to feel like they're building something. They're building rewards points, they're building their loyalty rewards, so that the more they come, the more extra they earn rather than just what they're paying for at the time. There are several opportunities and threats in the QSR market, as there are in other industries. There's an intensified market competition than there was 50, 60 years ago. There's so many different brands and styles that didn't exist. I think that QSRs in the 1950s or 60s were often just or mostly burger chains, but now sandwich chains, pizza, Mexican style bowls. So there is a lot of competition. That is a threat to newcomers, I'd say. Another threat to both newcomers and current players is increasing operations costs. Wages need to be higher in order to attract and retain employees, and certain ingredients can cost more, such as chicken wings, prices of eggs, tuna. Those sorts of things can all go up based on various conditions not related to the QSR itself. So those costs can affect QSRs. There's certain times people are into new healthy items that can sway more customers towards chains like Beyond Juicery or Tropical Smoothie Cafe rather than, typical McDonald's. There's also economic risks always that affect consumer spending. When people don't have jobs, that may affect how or much of their budget they're willing to spend at restaurants or just on grocery food. As of 2 years ago, 2023, the global QSR market was almost 900 billion, showing that there is potential and there is demand. Um, Food is going to be a constant need and want for people. Food is going to be a constant need. Fast food is going to be a constant want. So this industry is not going anywhere. It's not threatened by anything such as AI or lack of um, agriculture overall. There are threats to profits, but overall, the industry is not going away. There is also the effect of lifestyles and people, depending on if they work from home, like don't work from home, just want something fast on their commute home. That will affect how much they are willing to dine at QSRs rather than sit down at a place or just go home and eat something they have ready. There's also technological integration benefits. Several restaurants, you just go in and you tap the screen to order. You don't even have to deal with a human cashier. There are also things like health-oriented choices and sustainability initiatives in certain brands, as I mentioned, for customers who want to eat more healthy or use less packaging. And that is it. So thank you for listening. Have a great evening.